Hi everybody. Hello. That was a weird intro. Forgive me. I'm weird. You already know this if you've been part of my little YouTube family for the past year-ish. Speaking of year, news I am broadcasting to you is that it's been a year, just over a year now, since my last chemotherapy treatment. So, yay to me. It's a huge accomplishment, I think, and just thinking back onto all the days when I was like in chemo going, when is this going to be over? And like being sick everywhere for 4 hours straight. And so I'm really thinking about all those people going through chemo right now and having a hard time like I did through it. And not only the emotional, the physical, everything. It's a whole experience, and just for all of you watching out there that are in that mind frame that I was, where it will never end, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Like, it does end. Like, I'm proof of that. I've had clean scans now for 11 months it'll be. I went for my CT scan today, and I'm getting my results next Monday. So I turned on my lamp in case I look different. But anyways, so, as I was saying, I got my CT scan today. Next week I'll have my results, and then it'll be, 11 months clean of scans, and October 28th is my year anniversary of being cancer-free, so I'm very excited. I'm going to have a huge party, but I don't know what I'm doing. So if any of you have suggestions, like if any of you have had cancer-free parties or have any ideas for them, maybe for yours in the future, or friends, if you're caregivers, or whatever, I'd love to hear your ideas, because I want to do something cool, but I don't know what. I'm thinking of like having a band in my backyard. Since I have a really big backyard, and one time I had a jumpy castle party, and no, I was not 6. It was a few years ago, and by a few I mean like 3. Little facts about me: I'm a little kid trapped in this gigantic body. I have a few updates that I would like to share with you. It's been a long time since I've actually talked about updates and whatever. I've been trying to like do videos where I help with any questions that you have. I seem to be getting a lot of feedback from my symptoms video. I think that if you have symptoms that you are concerned about, that I think you should visit a doctor, like, no question. You might as well waste like 3 or 4 hours of your life in a waiting room instead of wasting your life, with a disease. I would go get checked out, but I'm not a doctor, so if you tell me, you have itchiness and a few symptoms that I mentioned in the video, nobody will know. And like, if you feel the lymph nodes and lumps or whatever anywhere, like, I would go definitely get them checked out. But anyways, I just wanted to reiterate, I'm not a doctor. Go see a doctor if you have any symptoms that you're worried about or that are abnormal. Even if they go away, I would go at least tell your doctor about them, and if they're not concerned, then and you're still worried about it, get a second opinion. But if not, then you're good to go. One update. Well, let's start with my volunteering. Okay, I did Tour for Kids. It's a bike ride around Canada for kids with cancer. So it's a childhood cancer awareness tour that also raises a lot of money. So the Tour for Kids that I volunteered for was the Ontario branch, and it was back in August. This is my Tour for Kids t-shirt, actually, and on the back it says volunteer. So they would start in the one location, do a loop around one part of Ontario, and come back to that same location, and then the next day they would go out, do a different loop around a different part of Ontario, and come back to the same part. So you could either be part of the 2-day, the weekenders as they call them, the 2-day bikers, or the 4-day, which is the full tour. And then there's also the Atlantic branch and other ones that you can do. So if you're interested, want to bike in it next year, there's also a Sears National bike tour going around right now. I'm not sure when it ends, but for next year, if you're interested, I'll link the Tour for Kids website below. It's a really good cause, and childhood cancer is very, very underfunded for research. A lot of people don't realize that adult cancer research doesn't help childhood cancer. It affects children differently. So for a child to have cancer compared to an adult, if you're only researching adult cancers trying to cure them, it's not helping children. So my second update, that I just participated actually this last Sunday in the Terry Fox run. And it was so cool because I got to be part of Terry's team and I was so honored to. It was really cool. I got to wear a red t-shirt that said Terry's team on the back. It was really cool because being part of Terry's team means that we're all survivors, and you can only be a survivor to be on Terry's team. Went to the starting line, and we all just gathered there, and then it was really emotional, and I have to admit I cried a little, but it was because as soon as we got there, we had to do a little warm-up before the run started, so what they played was Kelly Clarkson, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger." I was dancing, I wasn't really warming up, I was like, woo, and everything, and I didn't really know anybody in the Survivor team, so I was kind of just dancing by myself and having a lot of fun, and I love that song, and, but it also got me a little, choked up, because I remember a girl on YouTube made a video going around the hospital, like, dancing and lip-syncing that song, so it just reminded me of that, and, reminded me of being in the hospital and being on chemo and all that. So anyways, it was bittersweet because it was emotional, listening to the song and all that, but it was also so uplifting because you saw everybody around you just come together, and it was a really cool experience, and I can't wait for next year. I'm so excited. And also, my best friend put together a team for me. It was called the Kickin' It for Good team, so it was perfect. It was made up of myself, Joey, my friend Sarah, who I'm going to link her YouTube below because she's a singer, and she sang after the 5 kilometers that we did, and it was really good. It was a really good set. So I'm going to link her YouTube page below, and make sure you subscribe to her channel because she's really good. So it was really cool because I got to run with my team and my boyfriend by my side, my best friends. It was really cool, and they had a huge dedication board where you could write to the survivors that you're running for or to the people that you're remembering. So we all wrote a little something because I think everybody's been affected by cancer, not just me. I know tons of people who have died of cancer or who are going through treatments right now. So I wrote a little blurb on there, as well as all my teammates. I would like to share that our team, within 2 weeks, because we only started it 2 weeks before the run, within 2 weeks we raised $1,200. And I'm pretty proud of that because our whole goal was $500 in the beginning, because we thought 2 weeks, like, I'm probably not going to get a lot. So it started out with small donations, and then all of a sudden, like, people were donating like $50, and I did not expect that. So thank you to all the people that pledged our team. It was amazing. I love you guys. I'm cyber hugging you like Michael Buckley does, and seriously, it was amazing. So it was all worth it. I can't wait to do it again next year. We'll give more notice to donators next year, but honestly, I can't even thank you guys enough for donating. It's an amazing cause, and I'm glad to see all the support out there for cancer research. It's really cool. And then, okay, so let's talk about my health, because I'm so accident prone, apparently. This is why I haven't posted a video in a while. I've been a little preoccupied. So 1 week I was in the hospital for really bad, like, abdominal cramps. Like, I've never had such bad pain ever. I was at work actually when it started, so as I was driving home I started crying, like it was getting really bad, and I didn't know what to do, so I just quickly drove home, got into my bed, put my heating pad on, and then from there I was honestly screaming in pain. Tried to take a pill to settle down the pain, but then I was sick. I threw up. I don't know why. I guess because the pain was so bad. I was screaming in pain. My mom came up and she was like, "Okay, this isn't normal. Like, we're taking you to the hospital." So we rushed to the hospital, got to emerge, and they took me kind of right away. But basically, I waited there for 4 hours before they even did my urine test and my blood test. In total, I was there for 8.5 hours. So, you know, what are you going to do? But luckily, the pain subsided after like 3 or 4 hours. Not that that's lucky. Well, I did an ultrasound after, everything was fine. Freaking 2 weeks later, or maybe not even, like a week and a half later, I was on vacation. I was just away for the weekend. at a cottage with Joey, my friend, and her boyfriend. So it was really fun. I had a good time. On the second day, because we were there for 3 days, it was like 2:30 in the afternoon, just standing there playing a little beer pong, and then all of a sudden, like, I'm wearing jeans, okay, and then all of a sudden a wasp comes and stings me. And I didn't know what it was at first, so I was just like, ow, and I looked down and I see a wasp, or I didn't know what it was at the time, I saw something and I went to go grab it, because it really hurt, so I had a jerk reaction. I was just like, ugh, and then, like, I guess I missed it, and it just flew away, like, what a jerk. Anyways, the pain got really, really bad. Usually I swell up from bug bites, so I wasn't too surprised when it started swelling up. But then the pain started, and that was weird. So I got a little paranoid. Anyways, what ended up happening was that I sucked it up for the night, went out for dinner and everything. We walked back and forth, which was like a 45-minute walk back and forth. Sucked it up for that. It was okay. I could still kind of walk. It just hurt a lot whenever I stood up because all the pain would rush right to it. I decided that I would just wait overnight and it would be better in the morning. I was wrong. So I woke up, stood up, and I started almost swearing. I don't swear. So. Fudge cakes. It took up, honestly, my whole thigh. I can show you a picture. Like, go to my Facebook. I have pictures. I'll link my Facebook and you can go look. It took up my whole thigh and also the back of my thigh. So what ended up happening was that as soon as I got home on Sunday night, because I went Friday night, Saturday night, and Saturday night was when it blew up overnight. And then Sunday night when we got home at like 10:30, my mom saw it, took one look at it, and was like, we're going to the hospital, that's not normal. And I was in so much pain and I couldn't walk at that point. So, took me to the hospital, and anyways, they told me I had cellulitis, which is an infection, and if you don't treat it, it could get into the bloodstream and be life-threatening. I am not letting a wasp kill me after I just kicked cancer's butt. That is not fair. Like, who's out to get me is what I'm thinking. Like, really? No, that's not happening. Anyways, I needed an IV for 3 days, and it went interstitial, by the way, which means it didn't go in my vein properly. After I got 6 doses of antibiotic through IV, and 3 of those days were me carrying around a little fanny pack and me being hooked up to the little fanny pack with a tube. The machine was sending the antibiotic through me every 12 hours. So I had to be hooked up and shower with it and sleep with it, and then I woke up with it leaking, and that's when I realized it was interstitial. Good to her, and of course that was the busiest work week that I had, so I had to miss 3 days of work because I couldn't work with a tube attached to a fanny pack machine thing. But anyways, I ended it off nicely at the Terry Fox run. That was the highlight of the world because it was very uplifting, and I needed it because it made me feel even better that this is my 1-year anniversary of not having cancer. So I'm very happy, I'm very proud to say I'm a survivor, and I'm very honored to have spent all the time with the other survivors and be able to see, that I'm not alone and that my whole community, when it comes together, it's pretty cool. So I do want to get more involved with that kind of stuff, and really excited about it. So I had so much fun, and I'm so happy that I did it, and I'm doing the breast cancer run for the cure on September 30th. So if any of you would like to come out and join me, like my cancer support blog on Facebook and get updates about things from time to time. I have a Tumblr account also, and add me on Facebook because I'd love to talk to you, and maybe we can even meet or be friends if you live in my area, and maybe I'll see you at the breast cancer run. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I know there was a lot, but I haven't talked to you guys in a long time. Oh, and happy 20th video. This is my 20th video. Yay! Next week when I receive my CT scan results and I see my oncologist, I'm going to update you again, and I'm going to tell you about a little project that I'm working on with a health organization that I've mentioned before, but it's on YouTube and they have their own website. Anyways, tell you later. Have a good week and see you next week. Bye!